Now we're here for some more F1 League Racing, and today we're here for round number 4 of the Psgl PC League, and looking forward to it. It's been a minute and I can't wait to get back on it because the last race at Spa, if you didn't see it, round 3, didn't go according to plan, so I'll leave a link to that episode up in the top right. But today we arrive here at ZANDVOORT and we're going to have a look at the Drivers' Championship. So as you can see right now, we are P11 in the World Drivers' Championship. We have scored points, but it's not what I wanted. It's been points in the last 2 races. The point system is a little bit different in Psgl. Our teammate Lewis Welch still sitting on just 1 point in P17. As a team, we're currently P10, but that is subject to review, as Alfa Romeo will get their points deducted due to, I believe, the cheat scandal recently. But yeah, we jump into qualifying, and I'm currently on my first lap. And we're on a set of the medium tyres, as I tend to go for the medium soft strategy in qualifying. So 1 lap on mediums, 2 on softs. That tends to leave 1 fresh soft tyre for the race in case we get a safety car or a VSC or anything happens. So yeah, first lap in, a 1 minute 9.2 wasn't actually too bad. My PB on the medium is a 1 minute 9.1 around here, but we now jump onto the soft tyre, and this was my strongest lap of qualifying. So let's ride on board and let's see what we can do. So at the banking, DRS open, on the run down to turn 1, you want to try and brake at the 50 meter board. 3rd or 4th gear, depends on your preference to take the corner. As we try to pick up a late apex, I actually keep it in 4th. We get a nice clean bit of traction out there as we now head into turn 2. Easy does it over the bump, and then turn 3, tip the nose in, try to get the rotation, and then short shift out of there to get a nice clean exit. So far, pretty decent. Sector 1 done. We now head into Psgl as we have a car off, crashing into the wall there. Downhill through the right, quickly back up to 7th gear and carrying the speed into the next right-hander, avoid the inside curb, and then use a bit of the curb on the left if necessary to get the car slowed down and widen up the track as much as possible. Then into the right and left kind of mid to low speed corners where you need a lot of mechanical grip. Then back on the power, DRS open on the back straight, and now into this right-left chicane which feeds into a left hairpin. Very important to keep the car super tight to minimize meters and get that rotation as we now make our way into the penultimate corner. 4th gear, quickly back up to 5th, and then floor it through the final banking and on the way to the line, DRS wide open. And it's going to be a pretty decent lap actually. Across the line, a 1 minute 8.6. Not my PB, but not too shabby for a second run. Now we got to the last lap. I was up in the first sector. I didn't have the best middle, and I did find a little bit of time in the final sector. So there was time to be found, but I didn't really hit the final 2 corners like the previous run, and we're not going to improve. So that's going to be it for my qualifying session. Fuck, we're done. Not enough time to get back in the pits or nothing.
Should have pit at the end of it.
Not even now, just cross the line right now. 2 minutes, not enough time. And as you can hear me say, we didn't have time. I got my timings a bit wrong. I was hoping to go out a little bit earlier for the final run, and if I messed up, I could have boxed for the final set of soft tyres if necessary, but I just didn't have the time. So yeah, pretty much end of qualifying. We got pushed down to P12. But the pace wasn't bad, only 2.5 tenths off pole. The grid was really close and super competitive. Stachylek is on pole with a 1.8.3. Paris also in the 0.3s as well. My teammate Lewis Welch up in P6. So both cars in the top 12 and a strong chance of points. Personally, my PB is like a mid-5, so I definitely could have done a bit better. Maybe even a 0.4 if I really hooked it up. But unfortunately, I just wasn't able to really maximise the qualifying performance. And for us, it's going to be P12, which isn't too bad. We're going to be the second car behind Shazoo Neon on the alternate strategy, so that could be quite an effective weapon for us. So that's it for qualifying. We're now going to move into the race, and we're going to see if we can try and turn this one around. Okay, so you join me for the race, and P12, medium tyres are on, and we've got Neon and Baena around us on the same compound. Warren has opted for the soft compound tyres behind in the McLaren, so important to try and hold track position here and stick with the guys in the top 10 on softs. So 5 lights are on here at ZANDVOORT, and it's going to be lights out and away we go. We actually get a pretty decent start on mediums. Neon gets off to an absolute flyer as we head down to turn 1. I'm going to pick the inside line as my poison here. Easy does it through the first corner, keeping Baena behind as we filter through into turn 2. Into turn 3, I'm going to try my luck here. We're going to have a look up the inside of Shazoo Neon, who gives us a bit of a squeeze, but just about enough room for the car to, stay on the inside there, side by side. And now Baena trying to get through here. We're going to leave a bit of room, but we just edge ahead heading into the downhill right-hander, and for now we hold position. So the first bit at the start is out of the way, which is what matters. I'm now going to try and challenge here as we got the inside of Shazoo Neon into the right-hander, nice and aggressive on the brakes, side by side, bit of hitting tyres there. We actually brake on the grass and with a bit of stability. Neon fighting back on the inside, side by side on the run down to the next chicane. We're going to keep our nose in and try to fight back here on the brakes. It's going to be tight, a bit more contact, but we keep it clean though generally, and you know, we leave enough racing room for both of us. But Neon just gets ahead and makes the move work there into the penultimate corner.
All good.
Yeah, I almost got Neon, but he just stayed ahead. But I used quite a bit of ERS to try and get by.
You can just hear me say that I'm trying to use the ERS to get by Neon, which is very precious around here. ERS is very hard to save. Lap 2, down towards turn 1, I'm going to try and have a look again, but not quite able to make it work. And Yari Fitz and Sam McBride battling up ahead. So
yeah, I lost position to Euless because we were battling hard.
you can hear there, I'm just speaking to Lewis Welch, and he's lost the place on the opening lap to Ulas Ozuldarim. So it's not been a perfect start, but it's not been bad. We've kept position, that's what matters, and we're going to try and fight back now. So onto lap 3. At this stage, DRS is now enabled, and I'm feeling pretty good. Dylan Warren has moved up to P13, and he's behind us on soft tyres now, so it's very important that we try to get Neon and make the move. And you can see Ulas there running wide, and I believe he's struggling after having a moment. His tyres are overheating, and he's really struggling for any kind of grip right now. So he's vulnerable, and we need to get past because everyone's going by. So you can see there Neon backs out of a move heading into the little chicane. We're actually going to get really close through this section because of that, and we're going to try and pass Ulas at the same time here. But first of all, we need to try and get Neon. Now there's a chance we could get them both here. I don't want to use all of my energy, but I'm going to give it a shot. So here we go, on the pit straight, down to turn 1. There's not much of a difference in terms of straight line speed. I have a look again up the inside into turn 1. Neon again, fair play, leaves racing room, and we try, but I'm not able to make it work. He gets the speed and the momentum around the outside. Into turn 3, I have to put the brakes on, otherwise we almost run into the back of Neon again. But this is good racing, and this is what it's all about between myself and Shazoo Neon. Massive credit to him, and if I see you in the comments, mate, I'll pin a comment. But good scrap, really enjoyed it. Now into the downhill right-hander. It seems like Ulas has recovered a bit on his tyres, but so it looks like he's not as vulnerable as he once was. But then heading through here, you can see he just gets stuck on that curb, runs in a bit wide. Neon as well gets out of shape. I'm going to try and undercut him down the inside here, being a little bit sneaky and catching him off guard. And now side by side on the back straight, down to the back straight chicane. Watch this. Yes, round the outside. That's what I'm talking about. Nice move. We get the inside line, and that's where the momentum is. And I was really happy with that one, and probably one of my best moves on this game because I actually had to brake on the grass, which destabilized the car a little bit. Lap 5, we cleared Neon. I started to pull away and set some personal best sectors. And now we're going to get past Azuldarim as well, who is struggling on his soft tyres. He doesn't even defend. He knows the move is done. Personal best by almost half a second. And I'm starting to show my pace now because I felt really quick in this race. The mediums were by far my stronger tyre. Even in qualifying, you know, I had good pace on these. So I want to really make sure we maximise this medium tyre stint. So personal best, lap 7 again, just setting the pace, and I'm starting to drop the cars behind and close up to the 3 in front, which are Sam McBride, Yari Fitz, and I think Lewis Welch, my teammate. Lap 8, another lap goes by. You can see behind we've now got a gap. As we set another personal best, we've dropped Neon and Ulas out of DRS range, and the pace is really good. So ahead of us, it's not actually Lewis Welch, it's HX4K. So yeah, these 3 running in a bit of a tandem, and we need to get past. Eventually, they did catch up to Lewis Welch, and it's now a group of 4. Lap 10 though, and I think we're going to see the first of the pit stops as John HX4K pits, and he actually speeds into the pit lane, picking up a 5-second time penalty. So big moment in the race. Meanwhile, Yari Fitz going for the move on my teammate, but Lewis stays ahead and keeps him behind for now. But this is a crucial phase of the race. I need to go fast and really squeeze some pace out of these tyres. You can see here, personal best, sector 2. I'm responding accordingly, and Lewis doing a great job of holding up Yari Fitz, who I believe Lewis is now going to pit, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So that's going to release us now. I'm setting a PB this lap, so I'm okay right now.
Samuel being spurred.
Yep, that's 2 now. Lovely.
and another car as Samuel Bean speeds into the pit lane. So another 5-second penalty being dished out. I also stayed behind Joey Fitz, who eventually comes in as well. We set another personal best, and right now the pace is very good. We got Paris and Dormeyer staying out for a couple more laps, but eventually we will take the race lead back. Now, what you need to notice is the gap to Jeffrey Ritchie. Now, you can see he's about 3.5 seconds behind. It was 2.4. Dormeyer finally pits. P1 for now. But you can hear me say up to P1, and yeah, the gap has now come down a little bit. Ritchie, I believe, using DRS over that lap, and the gap is now 2.3 seconds. So he has closed up a little bit in the Haas, and of course he's one of the championship contenders. But you can see now, lap by lap, we started to find a rhythm. The pace was good. I was setting personal bests, or if not, I wasn't very far off. And you can see the gap now has gone up quite a lot. I believe Jeffrey actually pit, but still the gap went up to like 5 seconds, and we skipped all the way onto lap 23. I set another personal best, and now lap 24. I'm finally going to pit. So really good pace, and this is what made my race, by the way. That stint, those extra 5 laps, going very long, running at a personal best pace every single lap, made my race. We're going to box. It's going to be a standard 2.6, or in this case 2.5, and soft tyres go on. And this is the set of softs that we saved in qualifying, so these are fresh, which is very important. So we're going to rejoin ahead of Sam McBride, who was ahead of us, if you remember, when he pit. Shazoo Neon also in P11, he's still behind us. We're going to be behind HX4K, who has a penalty, and then my teammate Lewis Welch. So straight away, actually change of plan, I'm going to push. I can get fastest lap. Yep, personal best in the middle sector. I'm absolutely flying on these tyres, and we're pushing right now.
I don't know, I think someone will just pit last lap and take it, so I don't think you should waste your ERS.
Now we've got a yellow flag behind us. Something's happened. Currently P9 on lap 26, and we're flying. We're gaining 10th per sector right now, and per corner pretty much. But yeah, still that yellow flag is still out there as Akinci leaves the session. I believe it's at the final corner. Oh, fuck off.
On track, but officials aren't for a safety car right now. Just be careful. Okay, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast.
Could have just stayed out a bit longer. Shit.
I think I'm going to pit.
Yeah,
go fresh softs.
Yeah. Make them take advantage. Everyone's running on delta, so they can't. Bollocks. Hopefully some other cars pit and I can gain a few places. Safety car deployed. It's a crucial moment in this race, and cars are in the pits.
I think John just hit me into the pit lane. Idiot.
Stachylex got 3 seconds. Nice. Okay, I'm P5 right now because I got Fitz ahead and 5-second penalty. So there we go. It's a big moment. We're P6. Yori Fitz has a 5-second time penalty. So does Pure Stachylex, and also Samuel Bean, who's running in P1 right now. I've got to try and keep Stachylex behind.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Oh, Neon spun.
No, I disconnected.
Wait, what?
You'll be shitting me. Get me back in. No way. No way. Lost connection to Steam.
Oh, wow.
I need an invite. Fuck. It's gone. I don't believe it, bruv. Now, I never disconnect, and I could not believe this happened. On the in-lap, I'm the only car on soft tyres. We're net P4 with the penalties, and this happened. Is it there yet? I ain't seen it yet.
I did send it.
Oh, fuck. No. Can I join your name?
You're last now.
Oh. And you can hear just the pain in my voice as we've now dropped down to last place. The restart got underway. My car pretty much stayed frozen on track, and we've lost everything. So what should have been P6 on track, net P4 with the penalties, fresh soft tyres against everybody else on old mediums, and the potential to win the race has gone completely sideways. We rejoin the session as fast as I can. I take control of the car, as you'll see here, and not only have we dropped to last place, my AI has dumped its entire battery, and we're down to 45% ERS, so I don't even have battery to fight back. Lap 30, I'm going to keep fighting because there's penalties to be held.
Oh, people are so dumb. It's my own.
And you can see, unfortunately, Lewis Welch bad luck continues, and it just seems like our bad luck as a team just continues. We can't have a good race. Lewis gets taken out, and it's pretty much game over. He's going to box and go for the fast lap. He eventually retires on lap 31, I believe.
been
Oh
an
my
incident on
fucking
track,
God.
but officials aren't looking to push for a
I'm in the
safety
pits.
car right now. Just be
I've retired
careful.
in the pit lane.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means
Well,
you
I've
are
got a
too
chance of some
fast.
points here.
Reduce your
Can you
pace.
spot me for the last 2 laps? Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah, that's right. I'll do it.
So indirectly, Lewis, by retiring in the pits, it actually triggers an indirect safety car. So we're going to box again for softs.
I'm gonna stay as I am. My ride's got 5 seconds. He's gonna get held, so I should jump him here.
Go,
Lovely.
go, go.
Right, let's
You'll
go.
be racing on the exit. Go, go, go.
Oh, fuck, I'll get something out of this.
So we jump McBride in the pits. He has a 5-second time penalty, so we've gained 1 place.
Right, 10th, 8th, 6th, 3rd and 1st all have penalties.
Alright, let's do this. Top 5 still possible. People are still going to take themselves out in the closing stages.
Now the reason I pit, these tyres are actually much fresher than the ones I had because obviously we had to stem them during the safety car period. So we've got a chance here, but we need to cash in.
Paris hasn't got any. Samuel Bean has a 5-second. Statulek has a 5-second and a penalty.
Also, he's got 8.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pedrano, no warnings. Dormeyer, 1 warning. Richie, a 5-second.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Ghetto, nothing. Yari has 2 warnings. Oscar has 2 warnings.
Okay, so a couple on 2 warnings. That's good. Oh shit.
Chris has
Houseman
10
just hit
seconds.
by an going to be penalty, surely.
And a bit of a rundown on penalties there from Lewis Welch, which I asked for. So now we know what to aim for. We know there's like a top 6 on the card, so just got to try and maximise the restart. So here we go. This is it.
Sam needs to get out of my side so I can fucking take the line.
Someone just got a 5-second. Paris got a 5-second.
W.
They'll probably get removed.
Yeah.
Anyway, underway for the restart. Let's send it and let's see what
Oh,
we can
smash
make
that
happen
basket.
in the final 3 laps of this race. So good restart. We've held position. Sam doesn't challenge us into turn 1. So we're now going to try and challenge the cars ahead. A lot of them have boxed with fresh softs, but still.
Has Yari got anything?
Oh yeah, he's got a 5.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
my god!
Big crash, big moment.
What happened there?
Cars off. And you can see here, Biner gets out of shape. I'm going to try and challenge and make this stick as we go side by side. We get a bit of a squeeze right on the limit, and then here into Scheivlak, you'll see Richie goes off. We get squeezed right down to the apex. I have to back off as Biner left me no space, and we'll jump into the stewards' decisions after the race, but I did send that into the stewards. Now, lap 35, a couple corners later, keeping the pressure on right now. P9, I don't have a penalty, not even a warning, so we've kept it very clean this race. I'm going to challenge again into the back straight, into the chicane. Can we make it work? Up the inside.
Why are you squeezing me like that for? Fucking hell. Come on. I hate to say it, but it's usually the Spanish drivers that fuck things up.
Green flag.
As you can hear, the heat of the moment getting to me as I'm getting pissed off.
God damn it. He knows I'm going for that. Why the fuck is he squeezing me like that?
We've got 38%. DRS enabled now.
God damn it.
And I just find it funny. It just always seems to be in league racing a Spanish driver that I seem to have run-ins with or have issues with. It just seems to happen every time. So that's kind of my frustration right now. But I sent that into the steward as well. I thought I got squeezed. We'll find out the verdict shortly. But last lap of the race, I tried. I wasn't able to get anything out of it. It was just too difficult. I gave it everything. I actually saved all my ERS for this straight because the cars ahead were running out. But it was too little too late, and the straight is just a bit too short.
Fuck's sakes. God damn it. Fuck.
P8.
Not
How
even-
did Sam get 6th? Did you get a penalty?
Not that I know of.
Well, Sam beat you apparently, but you were behind him. You was ahead of him.
What? No, I didn't get nothing. I got a race director here. Oh, I desync. I don't even know anymore.
Just report it. Save eclipse to show that you finished ahead.
So yeah, we crossed the line, a bit more controversy as there's a bit of desync due to my disconnection. We finished P8 at the end. Also looking at the penalties, you can see we've got Sam Bean ahead of us and Paris as well. Now the stewards will have to go through a few decisions. Now Paris' penalty will get removed because it was just under safety car. Sam's penalty will stay. Now elsewhere we were ahead of most penalised drivers. But Sam McBride finishes P6. He was behind me on track. We finished behind Biner, who finished P4. So basically, after a lengthy stewards decision, the stewards didn't give Byner any time penalties. They gave him a warning for the racecraft. I thought the second one was a bit more harsh, but the stewards actually deemed that less harsh compared to the first one. Eventually though, once everything shaked out, all the stewards penalties and everything were applied, we finished today's race in a net P6. So, a good recovery. Not what I had in mind, but still P6, and it's some respectable points. We move on to the next one though. As we look at the driver standings, you can see with that result we're now up into the top 8, and we've now got a couple of points. You know, we're sitting on 12 points. I feel like it should have been a win today, if not a second place at minimum, you know, considering the disconnection. So the bad luck continues, but the pace was so strong this race. On the mediums, going long in the first in, that was kind of the key moment in this race. Lewis Welch unfortunate again, and it just wasn't to be. We look at the constructors and we're up to 8th place. So Alpha have now had their points removed from the cheat scandal. We've overtaken Mercedes as well, and we're just 1 point behind Aston Martin, so we are starting to climb and gain a few places. So I just hope the next one at Italy will be our race. You know, we're due a good race, man. That was the one, but Steam completely screwed me over and took away a race win, and I got robbed. So yeah, that's it guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode and the carnage. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe for more weekly league racing content, 2 videos a week and 2 streams a week on my Twitch, link down below. As always, a big shout out to the channel members, and finally check out the 2 videos on screen relating to league racing if you haven't seen them, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.